with Michael Lynch, and he's showing me some of the hot spots and kind of giving me a tour.
But this is one area that people seem to see things a lot. And there's usually nothing solid. There's always something out of the corner of your eye. Like if you're walking by here, you think you see something in the mirror, and there's nothing there. A flash of light, a wisp of color, or you look and you think, oh, you see somebody in the opposite booth over there, and you turn, there's no one there. But this is what we call the palm room here on this side. This has all been built on, I believe, in the 70s. This is the original mercantile piggy building built in the 30s came to right here. And I would say 90%, 98% of any kind of alleged sightings or experiences have all happened on the south side of the building. There have been some people in the restrooms. A mother with some children said one of the statues in the restroom was floating about the room. That was unsolicited. I have no idea why they would say that, but they came out. They thought it was kind of cool. The one scary story I have in this one is I was working here late at night, and I'm coming here to lock the door. It's totally dark. And I walk back. I want you to get a shot of this if you can. Just come right over this way.
Jeez, that's why.
There's no boxes here. It's totally black. I'm coming back here to lock the door to check out it's locked. As I lean down to make sure it's locked, I drop my keys on the floor. And right when I reach to get my keys down, this kitchen door goes, and I thought I was a goner. I thought I was trapped against this locked door, and that was it. But I wasn't a goner. Nothing happened, but I got very frightened.
It would be
Seems to
enough
be
to
the
start
area of the most activity. Somehow centering around here. I mean, we've had psychics come down here and say, oh, this is a portal, this is this. This seems to be the area that generally most sightings or most experience are generating from. I mean, if we come in here, inside here, there's an old furnace flue, there's a brick flue going back to the 30s. You can sit here in a little antique phone booth and talk on the phone. Usually no problem at all. But if you're sitting here at the bar, boy, continually sitting there talking, doing whatever, and you see something walk down the hall. There's something out the corner of your eye, there's something. People will turn and look. And he's a bookkeeper. He's very methodical, no nonsense. Middle of the day, we're down here talking about whatever the business, and we hear a large boom from upstairs in the store upstairs. Now the store is open, but after that boom, we seem to get appeared a large sphere of light, basketball sphere of light, right up the stairs. And I say, did you see that? And he's like, yes.
What I've seen is a dark shadow, dark not meaning evil or negative or scary, but dark as in color and depth, a dark shadow without origin move through the room. Not slowly or ghostly like what you would see on a movie, but quickly, boom, and you look to make eye contact with it, you barely see it, and it's gone. I've seen it at the same time as another person, and we confirmed it with one another at the same time. Since then, I have seen shadows, and myself have gone, okay, it happens, blown off. Sure where they come from, but at times there is the definite, there's no reason for a shadow to move across the ceiling, there's no reason for a shadow to move across the floor, it just is, and you accept it. What's more eerie, not the shadows, but what's more eerie is that feeling of someone being right there. And most frequently that happens when somebody's opening, when the building's been empty for a while, and the server comes in to open, to vacuum, do all the cleaning stuff that's needed, and you have that feeling of someone being right there, always right there. I had a bilingual child in who spoke both French and English. He was telling his dad, right here, in this spot, and this is where he died, the child said. This is where he died, and then this happened, and that happened, and the father just said, okay, let's hurry along to our table.
For whatever reason, I came to the kitchen and I walked out these double doors right here. and I start to walk down the hallway, just right to where I'm pointing to. And you see where that studio light is?
Yes.
The light right beyond that.
Mm-hmm.
As I get to the end of the hall, right where that light is, out of the corner of my eye, I see a big shadowy figure just disappear into the light.
Mm-hmm.
And I stopped, and my first knee-jerk thought was, what the
I'm not
is
afraid
that?
anymore, only because I've not been harmed in any way.
Right.
I've not heard noises or seen anything move. Anything and everything that I've experienced has been with the depth and the feeling and the pressure, and also with the shadows. I don't feel that there's evil here. It doesn't feel like an evilness. It just, what unnerves you and scares you, I think, is that it challenges what you believe to be real, what you've grown up with and what you've always
Or
seen.
whether or not you actually experienced what we've had to tell you.
Right,
That really
yeah,
goes
it
with that, or
challenges
that's
you.
me trying
Right.
to make the story because I heard this place is haunted.
Well, that's the
Right,
question.
yes, it challenges you.
You know, and someday science will answer that question.
Dr. Dan Addison
Correct.
from Port Angeles,
That's correct.
and he and his wife Rita go and stay in haunted motels and hotels.
We've made that our hobby for the last
You
decade.
still doing it?
We are still doing it.
So when you started coming here, did you know it was haunted?
No, we didn't really know it was haunted. It was something that we experienced down here.
So what are some of the things you experienced?
Well, probably one of the most interesting things is that I was sitting at a table that's up in front with another couple in there, and I just kind of saw an individual sitting to my right that was just standing, looked normal. She had a brown dress on. It was very lovely. She had white, kind of frilly sleeves. She's notable in that her hair was pulled down very tightly, much like somebody that's in the service industry doing kind of the behind-the-scenes work. And she was leaning forward, much like she was grabbing at something or pushing at something, and she was doing this repetitively. And then what I realized was that she didn't have any legs from the knees on down.
So you thought she was real?
I thought she was just a real person
Yeah.
standing there, and then of course the image was there for just a moment, and then was gone. The other night, my wife was down here picking something up, and there was nobody in the restaurant, and she heard her name called out repeatedly, and she thought it was the owner's daughter just playing tricks on her. And then she realized, as she stood here longer, that she was absolutely alone. And so we've had a number of things that have happened. In the particular mirror that's behind me, and I don't know if you can see it, the owner of the restaurant's daughter, during the first times that they were living here, had a friend that was staying with her, and the two of them were brushing their hair in the mirror, and the friend didn't really know anything about this establishment being haunted, and she turned around and asked Sarah, that's the owner's daughter, who the woman was that was standing behind her. And of course, as you might imagine, there was nobody else that was down there.